What if this younger person has already heard something inside themselves calling your name? Not as a passing thought, but as an awakening they can no longer ignore. This is a timeless reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind. This message is not here to pressure you, confuse you, or make you wait for someone who is not showing respect. Tarot here is symbolic, not fortune-telling. And the card before us is Judgment, a card of awakening, realization, emotional truth. And the moment someone finally faces what their heart has been trying to say, listen carefully, because this is important. This younger person may have tried to keep their feelings light, playful, or casual. They may act calm, distracted, or even a little distant. But underneath that surface, something is rising. Something in them is beginning to understand that this is not just a crush anymore. Judgment feels like a person standing at the edge of a new chapter, looking back at who they used to be and realizing they cannot keep loving in the same careless way. For some of you, this person is younger in age. For others, they simply carry youthful romantic energy, passionate, nervous, excited, and unsure how to express deep feelings with maturity. But here is what makes this deeper. Your presence has become a mirror. You have made them think about who they want to become in love. Not because you chased them, not because you begged for attention, but because your energy feels rare. You carry softness, but you also carry standards. You feel warm, but not easy to replace. The truth is, this person is beginning to realize that if they treat this connection like something temporary, they may lose something meaningful. A crush can stay in fantasy. A crush can flirt, dream, and disappear. But this energy is different. This person is starting to imagine commitment, loyalty, and what it would mean to choose you with intention. They may replay small moments with you, a look, a message, your voice, your calmness, the way you made them feel seen without giving too much away. And what they have not fully shown you yet is that this connection is asking them to mature. They are not just admiring you anymore. They are being called by their own heart to decide who they want to become in love. And as that inner call settles in, the Two of Wands brings the energy into a quieter, more thoughtful place. There is a pause here. Not an empty pause, not a cold pause, but the kind of silence that happens when someone is standing between the life they know and the life they are starting to want. The Two of Wands carries that energy of looking out beyond what is familiar. This person may still be holding on to what feels safe, what they already understand, what they have always done in love, but something about you has made them look further. Something about you has made them wonder what else is possible, not just what feels good in the moment, but what could actually grow. Listen carefully, because this is important. This person is beginning to understand that feelings have consequences. When they think about you, it is not only excitement anymore. It is not only chemistry. It is not only the thrill of wondering if you feel it too. There is a deeper question moving through them now. If I come closer, can I handle what this means? For some of you, this person has been used to love feeling easy at first and empty later. They may have been used to quick attraction, playful attention, people who did not ask too much of their emotional maturity. They may have known how to flirt, how to charm, how to keep things moving without ever truly standing still long enough to be vulnerable. But here is what makes this deeper. With you, they cannot just float through the feeling. Your energy asks for presence. Your energy asks for honesty. Your energy does not demand perfection, but it does require truth, and they feel that. They may not say it in those words, but they can sense that you are not someone they can approach halfway and still expect full access to your heart. The truth is, this younger person is starting to see you as a real choice, not a fantasy on the edge of their mind, not someone to admire when they are bored or lonely, not someone to keep in a little emotional corner while they figure themselves out forever. They are starting to see you as someone who would require a decision, and that decision feels both beautiful and intimidating to them. They may be asking themselves whether they are ready to show up with consistency, whether they can communicate without hiding behind pride, whether they can prove that their feelings are not childish just because their energy is young. They may feel this quiet desire to become more steady, more intentional, more worthy of being trusted by you. But you do not need to chase that growth out of them. You do not need to convince them that you are valuable. You do not need to perform your softness, your loyalty, your love, or your patience just to make them realize what is in front of them. Your worth is already being recognized. And what they may not be admitting yet is that when they look at other options, other distractions, other possible paths, something keeps pulling their eyes back toward you because none of it feels quite like the future they are beginning to imagine with you. And as that imagined future keeps pulling them closer, the Two of Cups makes the feeling more intimate, more mutual, and much harder for them to dismiss. That future they are imagining becomes more personal now. It is no longer just the idea of having someone. It is the idea of having you. Not a connection that looks good from the outside only, not a romance built on excitement alone, but something that feels mutual, emotionally balanced, and chosen with both hands open. This card carries the energy of meeting someone heart to heart. And again, this is not fortune telling. This is psychological symbolism. It is showing what may be happening inside this person as they begin to understand that love is not only about wanting, love is also about meeting, showing up, listening, being able to stand across from someone and say, I am here with honesty, not just desire. But here is where the energy changes. This younger person may be starting to mentally rehearse what real closeness with you would feel like. They may imagine waking up and knowing you are part of their day. They may picture simple routines, messages in the morning, checking in at night, sharing food, sharing space, sharing quiet moments where nothing needs to be performed. For some of you, they have imagined introducing you to people who matter to them, not because it is casual, but because they want you to be seen as important. That is a different kind of thought. A crush might imagine the thrill, but this person is starting to imagine the rhythm, the ordinary pieces, the steady pieces, the parts of love that do not always look dramatic, but become the foundation of a life. What they have not fully shown you yet is that they may be thinking about loyalty in a way that surprises even them. Public loyalty, where they do not hide the connection. Private loyalty, where they protect your name, your heart, and your trust even when no one is watching. They may wonder what it would feel like to plan around you, to consider you before making decisions, to stop living only for their own impulses and start thinking in terms of we. Listen carefully, because this is important. The Two of Cups does not remove the need for proof. It does not mean you should accept beautiful words without steady behavior. True commitment has to become visible. It has to show up through consistency, honesty, respect, and emotional safety. If this person wants a place in your life, they have to make their intentions clear enough for your nervous system to feel peace, not confusion. And the truth is, they know that. They may feel excited when they imagine choosing you, but they also feel humbled by what that choice would require. They may understand that being with you means becoming someone who can be trusted, someone who does not run when feelings become serious, someone who does not treat your heart like a place to visit only when they feel lonely. This is why their feelings may feel both sweet and heavy inside them. Sweet because they want you, heavy because they know wanting you is not enough. For some of you, this person is getting closer to saying something, closer to making their interest more visible, closer to letting you see that this is not just admiration from a distance. But beneath that desire to come forward, there is still one fear sitting quietly in their chest. They may be afraid that when they finally try to show you they are serious, you will remember every moment they seemed unsure, and you may not believe them. And when that fear rises to the surface, the Nine of Swords shows what may be happening behind the silence. This card carries the energy of someone who may look quiet on the outside, but inside, their thoughts are restless. Not because this connection means nothing, but because it may mean more than they know how to handle. This person may be replaying their own behavior, the moments they acted too casual, the times they held back, the messages they almost sent but deleted, the silence they thought would protect them. But now, worries may have created distance. And the truth is, they may be wondering if they have already made you question their intentions. Listen carefully, because this is important. Their silence may not be empty. For some of you, it may be filled with nervousness, pride, overthinking, and the fear of coming toward you the wrong way. They may be studying your energy, trying to read whether you are still open, whether you have pulled back, whether you are waiting for clarity or quietly choosing peace instead. But here is what makes this deeper. This younger person may sense that you are not someone who will be impressed by shallow effort. They may know that a quick message, a flirty comment, or a little burst of attention will not be enough to repair uncertainty. They feel, even if they cannot name it, that your standards are not walls meant to punish them. Your standards are the doorway they have to become mature enough to walk through, and that can intimidate them. Because if they come forward casually, they risk losing your respect. If they come forward too intensely, they may fear scaring you away. If they say too little, you may not believe them. If they say too much, they may feel exposed. So, they sit in that space between wanting movement and fearing the moment they finally make themselves visible. This is not about chasing. This is not a message asking you to decode every pause, wait forever, or turn their silence into a love story all by yourself. Your peace matters. Your boundaries matter. Your heart is not a place where someone gets to practice maturity without offering care in return. But the Nine of Swords suggests that this person may be confronting themselves at night, in private, where there is no audience and no easy mask. They may be asking, what if I waited too long? What if they think I was playing? What if they do not believe I can be serious? And for some of you, that is the very pressure that is starting to change them. They are being pushed by their own inner world to stop hiding behind youth, pride, fear, or casual energy. They are realizing that if they want something real with you, they cannot only watch, they cannot only wonder, they cannot only imagine a future while leaving you uncertain in the present. The pressure inside them is getting too loud to ignore, and very soon, that quiet storm may begin turning into visible action. And when that quiet storm finally starts looking for a way out, the Knight of Cups brings emotion into movement. This card carries movement, emotion, and the desire to offer something from the heart, not just to feel something in secret, but to bring that feeling closer, to let it take shape, to let it become a message, a gesture, a conversation, an invitation, or a moment where this person finally allows you to see what has been living underneath the surface. The Knight of Cups is not loud in the same way as someone trying to prove a point. This energy is more tender than that. It can come through in a softer message, a careful compliment, a sudden emotional honesty, or a small act that feels more meaningful than they intended it to look. For some of you, this person may start reaching out in ways that feel different from before, more consistent, more thoughtful, more aware of how their presence affects you. But here is where it gets interesting. This person may not come forward perfectly. They may still carry nerves. They may still choose their words carefully. They may still test the emotional temperature before fully opening the door. But the energy is shifting from imagining to approaching, from watching to participating, from hiding behind uncertainty to trying to show you that their feelings are real. What they have not fully shown you yet is that they want you to see them as capable, not childish, not temporary, not someone who only appears when the mood is sweet and disappears when the moment asks for maturity. They may want to prove, in their own way, that they can be steady, that they can remember what matters to you, that they can ask deeper questions, that they can listen when you speak, not just admire you from a distance. The truth is, the Knight of Cups can be romantic, but romance alone is not the whole message. A beautiful word can open the door, but a pattern is what keeps the door open. This is important. Let their effort become visible over time. Let their communication become consistent. Let their concern become respectful, not controlling. Let their desire become grounded enough that you feel safe, not confused. Because this is not about being swept away by one emotional moment. This is about noticing whether their actions begin to match the seriousness of what they feel. You may notice them trying to impress you in quieter ways, showing up when it matters, remembering something small you said, asking about your day with more presence, bringing up the future, even gently, acting a little protective, not in a possessive way, but in a way that says they are starting to care about your comfort, your peace, and your place in their life. And underneath all of this, the earlier awakening is still moving through them, that call to rise, that call to stop living beneath the truth of their own heart. The Knight of Cups suggests that the feeling is beginning to travel outward now, But the biggest surprise, maybe what is changing inside this person is not only how they feel about you, it may be how they see themselves because of you. And that is where the world brings the reading into a fuller, more complete realization. This card carries that exact feeling of becoming whole enough to choose with both eyes open. It does not feel rushed. It does not feel like someone grabbing at love because they are lonely. It feels like a cycle closing inside them, a version of themselves beginning to end, and another version slowly stepping forward. The world is completion, but not in the sense of an ending that shuts the door. It is completion in the sense of understanding. This person may finally be seeing the full shape of what you represent to them. Not just beauty, not just chemistry, not just the excitement of someone they want to get closer to. You represent a kind of love that asks them to become complete within themselves so they can meet you with something real. Listen carefully, because this is important. They are not only asking, "Do I want you?" They are beginning to ask, "Can I become the kind of person who can stand beside you?" And that question changes everything. Because wanting you is easy for them. Thinking about you is easy. Feeling drawn to your energy, your voice, your presence, your softness, your mystery, that part may come naturally. But choosing you means something more serious. It means becoming accountable. It means not hiding behind age, fear, timing, pride, or old habits. It means understanding that if they want a future with you, they cannot keep approaching love as if it has no weight. But here is the final message. The world suggests this connection may be helping them see the difference between desire and devotion. Desire says, "I want to feel this." Devotion says, "I want to honor this." Desire can be sudden. Devotion has to be practiced. And for some of you, this person is beginning to realize that what they feel for you is asking for practice, patience, maturity, and a willingness to show up again and again. This is where the marriage energy, the lifelong energy, the home energy begins to make sense. Not as a promise you should cling to, not as something you should wait around for while ignoring your own needs, but as a symbol of what their heart is starting to imagine, a love that is not hidden, not half-chosen, not temporary, not kept small. They may imagine belonging with you, building with you, protecting peace with you, becoming part of your world and letting you become part of theirs. And the truth is, that kind of thought can humble a younger heart very quickly. So stay open, but stay wise. Stay soft, but keep your boundaries strong. Stay hopeful, but do not become desperate. What is meant for you will not require you to abandon yourself. What is meant for you will choose you clearly, respectfully, and consistently. You do not need to become smaller so someone else can feel ready. You do not need to overgive so they can understand your value. You do not need to chase a person into their awakening. The right love will meet you with truth. And if this person is truly rising into what these cards are showing, their actions will begin to carry the message their heart has been holding. They will not only want your attention, they will want your trust. They will not only want access to your warmth, they will want to protect the connection that gives them that warmth. This younger person is not just crushing anymore. They are being called to choose you and to choose the version of themselves that can love you for life.